Shalom. This is Herbally Divine, and I am simultaneously going to be broadcasting from my Facebook as well. So I'm trying to get that going right now. All right. Oh, low network. What does that mean? You can still record a video, it just won't be live. All right, well. Well, let's see. Shalom. This is Gabrielle. I wanted to do this video in response to this very appalling video that I actually saw parts of yesterday. And this video was about destroying all male children. And once again, it's a video that supports feminism or the feminist movement, which I'm actually going to read the definition of what feminism is, what the movement is supposed to be about. And then I'm going to give you a true definition of what feminism is, because that video was very, very, very upsetting to me, especially being a mother of 4 boys, 4 beautiful, strong boys who are going to be strong men in this society, which is greatly needed. And I do not appreciate what was said on that video. You know, being a mother and being someone who supports men, who supports the raising of male children, who supports what the father supports, So I wanted to make this video in response to that. I've been actually waiting, trying to get up to actually record and do a video that was talking about feminism, but I didn't even have it. I didn't really have any much time to actually sit down and do the video. But since seeing that video and then seeing that my pastor had got a hold of it and, made a video on it, I'm like, this is perfect timing to say something about it, being that I am a woman, being that I am a mother, and being that I am not a feminist. So, and when I say that, that doesn't mean that I don't support women. Like I said, I'm going to read you the definition that they give for feminism. And then I'm going to break it down so you can actually see and understand the true definition of feminism, or that word, feminist. So, I guess their definition of feminism is advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. That's the definition of feminism that they are pushing. This is their defining push for what feminism means. Okay. So I looked at the definition and I began to try to break it down and really understand how does that define feminism. Advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. First of all, what um, triggered my thinking was the word equality. The word equality, has anybody ever sat down to actually look up what the word equal means? When you look up the real definition behind the word equal, you'll quickly understand that there's no reason for that word to even be put in the definition of feminism. I'm going to tell you why. This is what equal means. Equal means being the same in quantity, size, degree, value, statutes, and quality. That's the definition of equal. So when I look at feminism, there is no way that equality could come from two different sexes. Advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes is the definition of feminism. But you cannot be equal to something that you're not. You can only be equal to something that is the same. Okay? You have to understand that. Two women can be equal. Two men can be equal. You know why? Because they are competing, or they are in the same role. They are in the same vein. Okay? They can actually be equal. But a man and a woman, they cannot be equal because you are doing two different roles. You have to understand that a man is not a woman and a woman is not a man. Okay? So, well, we just lost the Facebook connection, but that's totally fine because I will upload it. Okay? Hold on just a moment. Okay, I'm back. So with the word being with the word equal meaning being the same in quantity, size, degree, value, statutes, and quality, there is no way that the definition of feminism can be accomplished, because degree, woman, you're not going to be equal to man. The statute, woman, you're not going to be equal to man. The size, woman, you're not going to be equal to man. Quantity, woman, you're not going to be equal to man. Quality, you're not going to be equal to man. Okay? That is not a knockdown against you. It's not a knockdown against you. You weren't created to be equal to man. Okay? We have to understand that. Okay? You were created to be different from man. Just like man was created to be different from you. He is not a woman. My husband did a message on um, helpmeets. He did a message pointing out the different roles that both man and woman play in a marriage. And he pointed out that when either one of them are outside of their roles, according to what they were created to be and do, it's fire. It creates fire, chaos, destruction. Okay. And with this movement of feminism, that's what you are getting. You are getting fire. You are getting destruction on both man and woman's side. Okay. I don't support feminism according to their definition, the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. You have a right to be you, a woman. You don't have the right to be a man. You weren't designed to be a man. Okay? You have a right to be righteous as being a woman, not a man. Okay? Hold on just a second. My apologies. That was my husband calling me. So I had to answer. um, I think I left off by saying that I don't support feminism. Um, the I don't support advancing women's rights to be equal with man. I don't support that at all. Because you weren't designed to be equal with the man. Okay, you were designed to play a different role. He was designed to play a different role than you. And I understand that. And so this video is just to bring about understanding with accepting being a woman, with accepting the role that the Father has given you to play in this, place we call life. Okay. Um, these are the reasons I don't support feminism. Feminism destroys the woman. It destroys you. You know why? Because it teaches you to hate yourself. It teaches you to hate the God-given role that you have been blessed with. When you were formed in your mother's womb and you came out into the world and they saw that it's a girl, you were given a whole set of skills. You were given a whole set of tools, and you were given your own role for you to find your identity in your role. Feminism shows you how to destroy that identity of being a woman, of being feminine, of being delicate, of being nurturing, of being a caregiver, of being a support. Feminism teaches you to hate being a woman, and it teaches you to desire to be a man. It's flat out teaching you lesbianism. That's what it's teaching you. I don't support feminism because it destroys the man. It destroys the man. It destroys the role that was given to him by replacing him with the woman. It teaches you to lose respect for your role and respect for the man's role. Because at the same time you're trying to be like the man, you are destroying the man with your bare hands. You're tearing him down instead of being that support, whether it be your brother, whether it be your husband, whether it be your son, whether it be your uncle, your grandpa, your cousin. You're destroying the man. Feminism destroys the family. It brings confusion. It brings chaos. How can you teach your children how to perform in their respective roles if you're trying to destroy one another's roles? It destroys the family because the daughter will grow up not understanding and knowing what it means to be a woman, and the little boy will grow up not understanding. The son, he'll grow up not understanding what it means to be a man, because feminism is destroying what it is to be a man. It's tearing it down. It's breaking them down piece by piece. Therefore, destroying the family, destroying the household. Feminism destroys balance. Man and woman were created to perform different roles. And so there's a balance, there's a certain makeup that we are in. And when you allow feminism to come in, to take over, that natural makeup is no longer able to operate. You're destroying the natural function of a family. You're destroying the natural function of a man with a woman. Feminism actually pushes and advances the the agenda for lesbianism. It pushes and advances the agenda for homosexuality. Because when you're pushing the man out of his role and hereby putting yourself in his role, now, woman, you've become the man. Man has become the woman. Now you have a homosexual union, which is what we're seeing today. The advancement of feminism has caused this outburst, this influx of homosexuality and lesbianism. It's caused this world of confusion. It's completely destroyed. This is what feminism has done. What we are seeing today is the results of feminism at 100% go. Homes, full homes, families destroyed, all because of misplaced thinking, misplaced identity. It's really sad. It's really, really sad to look at. It destroys the keeping of Yah's order, his law, his perfect lifestyle. It's destroyed everything. It's destroyed his morals. It's completely destroyed it. And it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really, really sad to say that on one hand, I'm a believer. However you classify yourself, I'm a believer. I am a Christian. I believe in this book, but you support feminism. when feminism destroys the very foundation that you believe in. If you really take a look at what's going on, this influx of homosexuality, this influx of lesbianism is because of this push for the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. Feminism. I've written down a couple of notes um, to talk about pertaining to this. And I'm really hoping that you can see that there's nothing wrong with being a woman. That doesn't mean that you are beneath the man. It doesn't mean that you are nothing. It doesn't mean that at all. You have to understand what his purpose is, what a man's purpose is. You have to understand what your purpose is as a woman. What is my purpose as a woman? The man's purpose, he was created to provide, to lead, to secure, to guide, to instruct. That was the purpose of the man. When you look at the very beginning, when you look in creation, you see what his purpose was. His purpose was to prepare, to till the land, to bring up a space, to take care, to provide, to secure, to lead, to guide, to instruct. That was his purpose. And the Father saw that everything that he created was good. And he looked and he saw that Adam was alone. And so he took from within Adam and he created woman and gave her a whole different purpose because he already had somebody to lead. He already had somebody to provide. He already had somebody to instruct. He already had somebody to secure. What Adam needed was somebody to serve him, somebody to help him, to support him, to build him up. And that was the purpose for woman, to serve her man, her husband, her brother, her father, her uncle, her cousins, to build up, to uphold, to nurture, to care for. That is woman's purpose. It says that the Father took a rib from Adam's side and he built woman. I look at the word rib and I look behind the meaning of a rib. What is the purpose of a rib? What does it do? Well, the rib serves as protection. It serves as support. It serves as respiratory support. When you look at the function of a rib, that is the function of what the woman is to be to her husband, to her brother, to her father, to her grandpa, her uncle, whoever, to the man in her life. That is her function. That is what she is to be to whatever man that has been placed in her life. She is to be the function of a rib. She is to bring support. She is to bring support and protection to the respiratory system of the man. When I think of respiratory, I think of life, breath. This woman is supposed to bring breath, supposed to bring life into this man. There's a couple of scriptures that I want to read pertaining to that. Bringing life to that man. And it's in Ecclesiasticus. If you have a 1611 Holy Bible, Ecclesiasticus is in there. It is in the apocryphal portion. And the scripture that refers to bringing life to the man is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 1. And I want to read this. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. Verse 13. The grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. This is talking about that woman, that good woman, the woman who was designed for this purpose, bringing fatness, bringing life to the bones of her husband, being that protection, being that support, being that rib, loving that place, loving that position. I want to encourage you to love being a woman. I love being a woman because I understand my purpose. I understand that the Father has given me a great responsibility of taking care, of upholding, of building up, of bringing life, of fattening the bones of my husband, of strengthening the hands of my husband, strengthening and building the hands of my children, of my sons, encouraging them, teaching them, and showing them what their purpose is in this world. Excuse me. I get to protect his heart, his possession. I get to support his endeavors. I get to support his call to bring forth the good news. I get to bring life back into him when he's drawn out, when he's been stressed from the cares of the world. I understand my purpose is to build him up. Feminism destroys that. I'm not beaten. I'm not talked down. I'm not looked down upon. I'm not belittled. I'm actually upheld. I'm strengthened. I'm taken care of. I'm supported in supporting him. I've been placed in this position to show my children what honor is in honoring my husband. Feminism likes to teach that the role of a man is more superior than the role of a woman. But it's not true at all. No one is superior than the other. We're different. And they don't want to accept that they're different. That they desire the role of a man. But it's not about superiority, it's more about order. Who was created first? Adam was created first. Man was created first. That was the order and the established way that the Father designed it all. It has nothing to do with belittling, but it has everything to do with following the order that was established from the beginning. The Father created Adam first, and then he created Eve to be a help and a support, a life giver unto him in righteousness. Ecclesiasticus 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. I thank the Father that he created me to be a pillar of rest for my husband, that his heart can safely trust in me. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm proud to be a woman. A woman not searching to be equal with a man, not desiring to be equal with my husband. For I have a role, and I gladly take up that role to continue to be his pillar of rest. And I encourage you, daughters, women, to take up your role in being a woman. Love being a woman. There's nothing wrong with being a woman at all. Change the mentality that society has put upon you to make you hate yourself. to make you hate the gentleness that the Father has given us. Reject this false sense of equality that you may have with a man, because that is a false definition. When you look at the word feminine, feminine means to be a woman. When you look up the suffix of the word feminism, which is ism, it means a practice or an artistic movement. So, in all actuality, the true definition of feminism would be the practice of being a woman. If you are a woman, love the practice of being a woman. Love the artistic ability of being a woman. And love being a woman because the Father first loved you to be just that, a woman. Bless you. I hope this was encouragement to you guys. I hope that this was a video that would bring correction to our thinking. Shalom. Peace to your homes.